All right, 5th and 6th graders, for the next 2 days, we're going to be working on some data charts. And so you need this page that says Crazy Data Project, and then you need a blank paper or two, maybe two. And what we're going to do is we're going to use some data that we're going to make up and be creative with to make 4 different tables or graphs. And so there's a list of 6 different tables or graphs. So you have a frequency table, a dot plot, bar graph, stem and leaf plot, a scatter plot, and a line plot. And we've done some of this throughout the year, and you have in previous years. And so we are going to practice that today. Okay, so there are 8 different scenarios. You get to choose one, and they're pretty silly, because we're trying to make it fun and crazy. So you're going to pick one scenario, and then we're going to create a total of 4 charts, and you have 2 days to do this. So you want to do at least 2 days or 2 charts per day. If you would like to, you can do a different scenario and different data on the 2 different days if you'd like. All right, it does say we're going to create a poster board. You do not have to do that, okay? You are just going to be making them on paper, okay? So we're going to make up data to use in our chart. So if you look at the example, it says, for example, if you choose mosquitoes in people's ears, you're going to create, you could create a stem and leaf plot that show how many mosquitoes were in all the students' ears in your class. You could show a frequency table to display how many times people swatted mosquitoes by their ears every hour of the day. You could make a dot plot to show how the colors people wear determine how many mosquitoes fly in their ears. You could do a scatter plot to show how people of different heights attract different amounts of mosquitoes in their ears. Or you could make a double bar graph to show how mosquitoes are attracted to boys or girls or different heights. So then we'll display it on our papers, not on a poster board. Don't worry about that. We're just going to use paper. And then we'll create 10 questions at the end of these 2 days to get people to think about your data. All right, so you're going to make up whatever data you want. Here are the 6 different kinds of graphs. So we have the bar graph. We've done this a bunch. The dot plot. We have done, the dot plot is very, very similar to the line plot. The frequency table. The scatter plot, which is just, if you connected it, would be a line plot. And the stem and leaf plot. All right, so let's pretend I'm going to make up some data. Let's pretend I do, oh my goodness, you know how it says ants in people's pants? When I was like 3 years old, I accidentally stepped on a red ant nest, and the red ants, oh my gosh, they crawled up my pant legs, and it was horrible. So maybe I'll do that one. So on the top of my blank paper, I'm going to write my scenario, and I'm going to say, our 5th and 6th grade class, and you can make up whatever you want, but I'm going to say my 5th and 6th grade class of 18 students accidentally stepped on a red ant nest. Oh my gosh, that would be horrible, especially if everybody stepped on the red ant nest. Oh my gosh. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bar graph. All right, and for my bar graph, I'm going to represent the number of students. So this side of my bar graph, I'm going to put number of students. And then on the bottom is going to be represented by the number of ants. Okay, and so maybe on my bar graph I put 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20, oops, I would probably do 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, and 41 to 50. And then I am making up, remember, I'm making up my own data, so I'm going to put and all the way, so I'm going to put 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, okay? Or I could put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because the total number of students represented is only going to be 18. So I could say, oh, well, only one student had 0 to 10 ants in their pants. And I had 6 students that had between 11 and 20 ants in their pants. It's just so silly, isn't it? Okay, so I'm at 7 students total. I need to represent 11 more on my data chart. Let's say I did 1 here on 21, and then maybe I have 9 between 30 and 40. I'm gonna fill that in, and then I have how many? I think I have 1 left, so then I would fill in 1 more ant here, and I fill in these charts, and that is my data that I made up for my bar graph. So that's my first chart done, and then I'm gonna make another chart, and maybe on my next chart, I'm going to do a line plot. And this time, I'm going to represent, on my line plot, I'm going to do, I could even just do those 5 numbers. Those 5 ranges again, and I could do this line represents 0 to 10, and this line represents 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50. And then I do the same thing where there's 1 person here, and I said there were 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people represented here. And I said there was 1 person represented here, and there were 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 1 here, okay? So I have my bar graph, I have my line plot. All right, so that would be 1 day's work, and then I'll create 2 more graphs. I could make a new scenario if I wanted to, or I could keep my same scenario. That's fine. All right, so you're gonna make up a scenario, you're gonna make up your data. Now, let's pretend I've done all 4 of my graphs. The last thing it says to do is create a 10-question quiz for others based on your data. I could make a question that said this: how many more students had 31 to 40 ants than 0 to 10 ants? Okay, that's a very simple question, and that's asking how many more are in this group than that group. All right, so I'll create 10 questions that can represent my data on any of the 4 charts. All right, so when I'm done, I'll have 4 charts and 10 questions. All right, if you get stuck or you're having a hard time creating a scenario or you're having a hard time representing your data, go ahead and give me a call.